Here we go. Okay, it is time for our Compass Trivia segment. And Patty, you have 3. I have 3 questions based on the word mission, and I will let you go first this week.
Okay.
Take it away.
All right. So, Randall White.
Yes.
In our Eat, Drink, Explore theme, I went with exploring. Number 1 question, what was NASA's first manned space mission?
Okay, the first... let me think. First manned space mission. I'll say... It's not Apollo. I'll say the Apollo.
It was not Apollo.
No.
And that might have been like their 3rd project. It was Project Mercury. It was back in 1959 to 1963. It was part of the Soviet Union space race. First one was Alan Shepard, first American in space.
Okay.
And that was the first manned space flight, and it was
called Mercury.
Mercury mission.
All right, Patty. According to several online sources, all of them reliable, who is considered the father of California wine?
Oh my gosh. He was a priest.
Yes.
Junipero Serra?
Ah, you got it right at the last moment there. The first sustained vineyard in California was planted by Father Junipero Serra in 1779 at Mission, San Diego. Okay.
Okay, so does this lead to my question?
Possibly.
I'm going to go with question number 3.
Okay.
What was the first mission built in California?
Okay. The first mission built in California was... It probably started from the south, so I'm going to say Mission San Diego.
And I would say you're right.
Aha!
You got it.
Well, on that same, and not all my questions are mission-based, but this next one is, okay, so, well, I mean, they're all the word mission-based.
But as in California missions.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Were California's missions founded by Franciscan, Benedictine, or Dominican missionaries?
I think Franciscan is the right answer, but for some reason I was thinking the Jesuits were first, but Franciscans I'm going with.
You're going to go with Franciscans? And you would be right. The Franciscan fathers, and of course, San Francisco is named for that same general. It's St. Francis of Assisi is where that comes from. And so you're right. I would have been thrown by that. I grew up in Marin County, and there's a Dominican college there, and it's kind of over by the mission in San Rafael. And so
you connected those.
And I've always connected those. And so I would have said Dominican, but no.
Franciscan.
It's Franciscan.
Okay, so this is my last question. Question number 3. Yes. How many missions were built and exist in the state of California?
All right, so...
harken back to your 4th grade California mission segment.
So let's see. San Diego, San Juan. There's no way I can count them all. I'm going to say...
Just a guess, ballpark.
Yeah, 21.
21 is it?
Aha!
21 is it? That was a good guess.
Here's the whole thing. I'm kind of a liar.
You did some mission research.
Well, we have those women are going to be on our show later.
Yes, and they're doing the mission trail.
They're doing the mission trail, and as part of my host script to set up their,
all the
being on the show,
making.
right? I mentioned that there's 21 missions.
So this is just a little factoid that I want to quickly throw out because during my mission research to find my trivia questions for you, the early explorers that came through here in the mission era referred to the area that we are in San Luis Obispo as La Cañada de los Osos, Canyon or Valley of the Bears. They came back here to make our San Luis Obispo Mission de Tolosa because it was so abundant, especially with bears.
Yeah, interesting.
Valley of the Bears.
Now there's none of them, right? Okay, so finally, a non-mission. Well, in a weird way, it is kind of connected. But okay, so the Mission Ranch Hotel and Restaurant in Carmel, and you used to live relatively close to Carmel. Okay, so the Mission Ranch Hotel and Restaurant in Carmel was restored by former Mayor Clint Eastwood. He's also done some other things.
Yeah, I think he has like a golf course or something.
Yeah, and then his whole Hollywood career.
Oh yeah, that yeah.
Okay, so he did it in the mid '80s. The historic property was once the first in California. One of the first in California when it was a convent, a dairy farm, or a brothel. So this is the Mission Ranch Hotel and Restaurant. It was one of the first, convents, dairy farms, or brothels in California?
Brothel.
Oh, you're just going to throw it out there.
I think. My second guess is convent, but I think brothel.
Okay, so first guessed brothel, second guessed convent, and it was actually number 3. It was one of the very first California dairy bars.
That seems so ordinary.
Oh, and you know what? Because I've been so into playing our little trivia music, when we got one right, I didn't do the bell. And then, like, for instance, when I said Apollo mission, it should have gone doing.
Yeah.
Like that, but
we'll get better at it.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't get around to that. I apologize, Patty Pyburn. But I love our trivia segment.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It's fun and educational.
It's the challenge. Okay, so the Mission Dolores, which is in San Francisco, is the reason why San Francisco's Mission District is called the Mission District.
Right.
And it is by far one of my favorite places of the city to explore. Fantastic food, very inventive food in the Mission District, and a nightlife. Really, it is the place to go. Get
very
away
popular
from the tourist waterfront and head into the Mission the next time you're there, and check out a new restaurant. That's where we're headed next, just after the break. Very unique place. You could say they're on a bit of a mission. You're listening to the Eat, Drink, Explore Radio Network live from the Central Coast this Saturday or this weekend morning. I'm your host, Randall White. We're back in just a moment.